When is the best time to have a virtual meeting? Well, for that, we go to a guy by the name of Daniel Pink, who wrote a book called When. Now, I'm going to give you the short version of this, but this is the best part I thought I pulled out of the book. What he said is that we all have what they call these circadian rhythms, where our energy's high, our energy's low, our energy's high again. And if we understand that, then maybe we should think about how we organize our day. Now, here's an interesting thing. People don't have a time management problem. They have a performance management problem. Let me say that again. People don't have a time management problem. They have a performance management problem because at certain times of the day, you're like, I can do this. Other parts of the day, you're like, oh, Lord, right? So what he found is that in the morning, basically most of us have this rhythm right here, our circadian rhythm. In the morning, from 7 to maybe almost 12, you're like, right? You're at peak. And then after midday, we've seen this, right? Wah, 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 wah. And you're like, not want to do any work. And then towards the end, maybe because the job's over, we're like, okay, I feel a little reinvigorated, right? So he also added this other layer. What should you be doing during these times? He said, hey, in the morning, do your analytical work. Your analytical work is like the stuff that requires high focus, right? Like if you really got to be in the conversation, that's when you do it. Then midday, when your brain is blah, right? What happens? Do what they call the low cognitive loading work. In other words, it doesn't require a lot of thinking. But interesting enough, towards the evening is where insight and creativity kick in. Now, here's a test for you. When should you have your meetings? Put that in the chat. When should you have your meeting? Give me should it be midday, morning, midday, late? Morning, put it in there, midday, late. And Giorgio says the whole day, I like you, but at the same time, I don't like you. Okay. By the way, the key is to have it mostly in the morning because that's when people are highly focused. In the book, they talked about how people are more optimistic when you talk to them, more forward-looking in the morning. In the afternoons, they basically become more pessimistic. So you really want to have a lot of your meetings in the morning. And I would argue you can probably have some in the evening if you can afford to do that. So that's the next tip. Now,